Okay, Saturday arvo. We'd bought a couple of these solar motion lights to go on the front of the carport, so I'm going to try and go and put those up. And we've also got some other little solar lights that are meant to hang on a fence. We're going to put those around the edge of the carport just to see if they can cast some light there during the night, because it's pretty dark in our front yard. Weather's nice, a bit windy, but it's sunny, so I'll try and head out there and get these on. Sunday. Weather's beautiful. I'm not sure how long it's meant to stay beautiful, so my wife suggested the boys went out for a walk, and so I'm just doing it a bit earlier rather than leaving it just in case the weather turns. Although we don't think it's meant to turn ugly today. You might be able to hear those trail bikes right over on the opposite side of the gully. I'm assuming they're running around on some of the fire trails. I remember they buzzed past us on this road the last time we came out for a walk. Who knows? Wife's plan with those garden beds is to make them slightly shorter each time so they don't spread out into the yard and sort of swirl around. So that second one I made, she's asked me to just shorten a bit. So I just brought it in back down the back to cut one shorter, and then we'll work out how short the next one will be, and I've got to see if I've got material for it. Look at you just chilling. That brickwork must have warmed up a lot. Look at him, just soaking in the heat. Slight change to the planting. The monsteras weren't liking the direct sun. We're getting a little bit sick, so we got some of these I forgot what they're called. But they were in amongst there. These little ones were little pups that were growing off some of the other ones. That's the one that I shortened, so it sort of kicks in, and the idea is that we use the cord line to do some red. I'm going to have two more beds, sort of doing a fan shape up the hill. And the palm trees will be going there. Got all these lights up. These two we had up yesterday, and they shone a little bit of light once it got dark, so I decided to put the other two up so they're just evenly spaced out along the side. Trying to see this at night too. The front door lights come on. So that's some of our little solar lights. See the ones that are up on the side of the carport. I want to go and see if the sensor ones work. Yep, they sure do. Excellent. Good morning. A place and style of dress I haven't had for quite a while. It's Tuesday the 19th. School started back technically yesterday for kindergarten, year 1 and any year 12 student that wanted to return to try and get a little bit of help in prep for their exams. Every other year group is going to be coming back next Monday. All staff will then be required to be on site, but all staff will be required to be completely and fully vaccinated in order to be on site. I think our school was pretty right. There's only a few people who still haven't had their second dose, but they're getting up to that point. I'm going in today to collect work that the kids have dropped in during the break, and to take in the stuff that I've marked, especially with regard to all the vet stuff. I've got to scan that all and upload it before the end of the year. And I'm also having a meeting with one of the other head teachers with regard to our new roll call and RLR structure for next year, so that we can identify and allocate suitable staff for suitable year groups and the like. It's not first thing in the morning. I still had our morning muster meeting in the office at the house, a bit after 9. I'm driving down now to miss the traffic and to arrive in time for my meeting, and I'll do some stuff around the staff room, around the block, check the rooms, see how they've assessed the ventilation for return. I'm not sure if I've already said it because I wasn't absolutely certain on what the issues were going to be, but New South Wales hit the 80% double dose milestone yesterday, which meant that they're easing some more restrictions for people who are double vaccinated. One of those is masks are not required inside offices if you're double vaccinated. And I started to get concerned about how that might affect schools. Now, what's happened with schools is all staff and all students from year 7 and up are still required to wear masks indoors. However, they've removed the requirement for masks outdoors because that was part of the mandate as well. And they still don't want cohorts mixing, which is going to be really awkward in the playground, I think. My key concern is the suburb where my school is still has a reasonable number of cases popping up every day. Well, I should say the postcode, there's quite a number of suburbs with the same postcode, so they go by postcode, I think. I'm not entirely sure on the uptake of vaccinations by our teenagers. And so if there's a lot of kids between the age of, from year 7 to 11, because that's what's there, if there's a lot of kids that aren't vaccinated and they're getting out in the playground and mixing and they're not wearing the masks, it's only going to take one kid to have picked it up from someone outside school to bring it into the school. And then other people will take it home, and we've got a lot of large family groups, multi-generational family groups. Masks are still required on public transport, and we've had some parents actually say that
they're not going to be sending their kids back to school because they don't want them travelling on public transport at the moment. It looks like for the remainder of this year, it is going to be a very blended learning environment with people who are happy to come to school, will be at school, and the students who don't feel comfortable, will be at home. We're still required to provide them with work. So theory topics are usually booklets, PowerPoints, websites, that sort of stuff. So you can provide both via Google Classroom for the whole year group. Well, today was an interesting experience. We had, I think, about 5 kids at the school, which I could hear in the playground during the breaks. I was in the staff room working on the timetable. Lots of stuff for next year, and a lot of changes happening for when we come back, just staff leave and stuff like that, where we've got to try and shuffle people around. Still a fair bit to do on that, so looks like I may be back down here tomorrow because I've still got some scanning to do. Bit of yard work this Savo after work. Just came out and thinned out the agapanthus back to the where the agave are, down to the driveway. So I've got all of these that I've pulled out just along here. So when we first planted these, they were just a single row on the driveway, and they've just spread out like they do. I've got all these ones as well, and I've still got those ones over there that were in this corner of the driveway at one point. But I took those out to sort of give us a run up the driveway. So that's been thinned out. Some of the agave are going to be transplanted, like I think these ones down the front. We're going to plant the agave up along here, and the palm trees we've got out the back we want to bring to where these agave are. And you can see we've transplanted these boxes. I've got to just make a couple more boxes to have the cordyline and little agaves out the outside. The area of the yard will be grass. Go inside. Have the ball. Good boy. In we go.